Hey guys, this is Jennifer with the Wiki Natural, and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to outline 6 things you should not do when you are on your lock journey. So stay tuned. Okay, guys. Okay, I just want to dive right in, get it in and out. I have struggled with this concept of this video, so this is like my third time taking this video. But anyway, I wanted to go into the lock don'ts. And so the first thing, getting right into it, is do not compare yourself with others. Do not compare yourself with others. And this is what I term lock envy. We've all had it, you guys. You know, you see somebody walk down the street and you're looking at their hair. You're like, I wish my hair looked like theirs. Oh, that's a waste of time, waste of energy, okay? Do not be envious of other people. Be happy that you have hair on your head and that it's growing out of your head in a regular way, because there's so many people that don't have that. So, the other thing I want to address really quickly is that if you start your locks, like I did my locks myself, and I look at sometimes I look at pictures and I'm like, wow, those pictures are great. And even when you're looking at YouTubers, you don't know what they do or do not do to their hair besides what they present to you. So the reason why I say not to be compare yourself to others is that just like in regular life, you may see somebody walking down the street and it looks like they have the life that you want, but you don't know what they did to get that life. You don't know what they did to do it, but they had to do a bunch of unsavory things to get it. And in the same vein, I'll just say that, in the same vein, don't compare yourself to others in their lock journey, because you don't know what they did to do that. You don't know if their hair is really real. You don't know if they have someone, a lot of the YouTubers are big and up there. So you don't know if they have someone styling their hair and they're just getting on there. So just run your race, okay? Don't compare yourself with others, okay? And social media can be very misleading, as well as just your general world out there can be very misleading. You don't know who is doing what, okay? Number 2, and this is a big one, and this is do not over manipulate your hair. Now, I'm saying this because I love to style my hair. And I'm not saying this to you guys so that you do not style your hair. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is do not over manipulate your hair. And what that means is there's 3 things that I mean by that. One is protective styling. That means using other hair to cover your own, whether it's a wig, whether it's braids or crochet or weaves or whatever you're doing. And believe me, the technology has gotten so good that people put wigs on top of locks. They crochet it down, they braid it up, whatever. Okay, I'm not against any of that. However, what I have a problem with is how your hair is being maintained while you have the protective style in. That's number 1. And number 2, how long you're leaving the protective style in your hair. Those things can make a difference to where your hair is going to be healthy or it's not going to be healthy. Also, I will also make a side note about dyeing your hair. Now, I have dyed my hair. I've probably dyed my hair more than when it's locked now than I have through the last 5 years of being natural, okay? But what I'm saying is, oh, I forgot my microphone. But anyway, what I'm saying is this: overdoing it. So if you dye your hair once or twice a year, or even 4 times a year, as long as you're following up with deep conditioning, um, being respectful of your hair by not doing a process and then following up with another process and then following up with another process, you should, and I'll say you should be okay. Okay, and not leaving the products in too long or too harsh or whatever. As far as protective styling, the same thing applies. Not leaving the styles in for overly long, doing it too often. Moderation is key here, okay? So do not over manipulate your hair. And that includes getting styling with your own hair. People leave that in for 2, 3 weeks. Let your hair breathe. It's especially in the starter lock stage. Before you're at a year, you should really limit the protective styling. Now, with that being said, I have put styles on my YouTube channel. I do have styles where I do updos and things of that nature. However, I always put the styles in and only leave them in for a day or two. Okay, so I do not leave my styles in for more than a day or two. Now, if I do, I have done crochets. I've done it twice, and I've typically not left them in for more than 2 weeks. So I'll share a picture with that as well. Okay, so that was my number 2. Number 3, do not be a product junkie. Now, if you watch the other video that I'm going to be putting out, my lock do's video, and my other videos, I'll have several videos about the lock journey on my channel by the time this is said and done. Um, Product junkie means just constantly switching up the products. Give your hair a chance to decide whether it likes a product or not, number one. And then, you know, it's not cost effective, number two, to be going out and buying a whole bunch of different products. And I do understand you may see, you saw somebody with that product and you want to try it. So what I would do is just write a list and make, maybe every other month or quarterly you buy a product and try it on your hair. There's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is not constantly confusing your hair by putting too many different products on it at once. Okay? That's what I mean. Number 4 is don't have a bad attitude. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups and I see a lot of people say, oh, I just got started to frizz. Be positive, y'all. Rome wasn't built in a day. Anything worth doing well takes time. And so you have to give yourself time. That is one of my main principles. And I am going to be posting a video about the 5 principles of locking. What are some things that you should definitely do no matter what way you lock your hair, no matter what method you use? These are just 5 principles you should follow. That's going to be posted. I think I'll go ahead and post that above here when I post this video. So don't have a bad attitude. It's going to take time. You're going to have to be patient, which is my last thing that I want to say. So be positive. When you're positive, things will happen in a positive way. When you're negative, things will happen in a negative way. Number 5, don't over interlock or retwist. Now, I know you looking at me and you said, I don't even see her scalp. Lord. But I do retwist And I'll admit, one of my regrets is not cleaning up my parts the way I should, but I like the fullness that I have. I'm able to do what I need to do with my hair when I need to do it. And I don't over interlock. I think over interlocking and over retwisting will cause your hair to get thin, be thin at the root. And that's what you don't want. So just give your hair a chance to grow out of your head. It doesn't have to look totally picture perfect every moment. It doesn't. That's why I decided to do updos myself. And I love those intricate styles. Don't get me wrong. I've never had one done. Would love to get it done. But I'm so afraid. I'm so tender-headed that I don't know that that would be something that I would be able to sustain. But for me, I feel like if you give yourself enough time for your hair to grow out your head, it will be better. You'll have less fallout, less thinning. And so personally, I do not retwist, but every 6 to 8 weeks. If I do that, sometimes I go a little longer than that. So this is like a month old. I last retwisted about a month ago, and you see my parts are not together, but that's okay. I have hair in my head, right? Okay. Anyway, my point is you don't want to weaken your hair by over interlocking and over retwisting. That's my point, okay? And the final thing that I want to say is do not be impatient. That ties in with a bad attitude with number 4. You just, things take time. You know, anything, if you went to school and finished high school, that took time. If you went to college and you had to get your degree, that took time. If you want to lose weight, that takes time. If you want to eat right, that takes time. Anything worth doing well, if you want to get a new skill, that takes time. Okay? So anything you want to do takes time, and you need to give yourself a break and be patient with yourself. And anybody that says anything to them, this is what you do. You just look at them and you're just like, what did you say? And you just look at them. That's it. You got to do you, because the people that are quick to give you advice and tell you what you should do and what you shouldn't do, it's not about you, it's about them. So a lot of times they say, oh, why don't you do this to your hair? Or why don't you do that to your hair? Or I don't like your hair like that. That's about their feelings about it. It's not about, has nothing to do with your feelings. So you just have to realize that and say, okay, and nod and agree, and then go about your business and do what you got to do. Okay? So, hope I've given you some good insight. Don't forget to like it, comment, and subscribe. I don't mind. And of course, I'll see you next time in the next video. Bye.